Now, we feature archaeology on a Tuesday, so even though we're at the races, we're still going to talk about it. How on earth do you get people to understand our heritage better, and how do you make archaeology sexy? Well, a new project called the Heritage Jam is getting experts together to look at how to present the past. It'll all be happening in York, but it has a global appeal as well. To find out more, I've been talking to Anthony Masinton and Flo Laino from York University's Department of Archaeology.
The Heritage Jam is a great way to showcase the really amazing artistic and creative effort that a lot of archaeologists and people involved in heritage go to try to portray the past and how it appeared. And the Jam is a way to show that off.
And Flo, give us examples of how archaeologists, use great techniques to try and engage us in the past.
Sure. Well, it can be anything from doing plans or sections or artistic drawings that are forward-thinking, or to the actual specific survey techniques, the use of laser technology.
How can you make archaeology sexy? Because, people are interested in the past, but, if you go to a supermarket, you buy a particular brand because you've seen an ad about it, haven't you? And you've kind of sort of latched onto it. Can that sort of same technique be used for archaeology to get people interested and excited about archaeology, do you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, that kind of device of making archaeology sexy has been used for many different years. If you look at specific images that have been used artistically in the past, the idea of kind of the horned Viking helmets or early ancient man, we use these images to kind of create a hype around certain knowledges or time periods about the past anyway. So that's quite a common thing that's happened for a long time. I think what we're trying to do with the Jam is critically assess these ideas and deconstruct them in a way that I think is, sexy and novel, because it's not done very often.
It sounds painful, Anthony. Will some people get upset by, what people will say is actually that works, that doesn't work, I don't like that? Because this is kind of stripping everything back, isn't it?
So what we're doing, we're taking people's work and we're asking them to explain it, and that's going to make them vulnerable to having people sort of criticize it then. So we're asking people who may make films where they're visualizing the past, or may make individual images where, if you visit an English heritage site, you want to see what that old castle looked like, when it wasn't ruined. That's a visualization. But to actually talk to the artist about what decisions they had to make while they were doing that, and realize how much of it is just conjecture, and then how much of it is solidly well known, hopefully will upset some people, because hopefully that will drive things forward and make things even more interesting.
And how important is it to drive things forward? Because a lot of archaeological sites and places where people go, they're interested in the past, but they also want to be entertained, and entertaining people is absolutely key to this, isn't it?
It is. I think anything that's going to be engaging is going to get people on a level where you don't have to think about it too much, where you can just enjoy it. You can just have an entertaining experience. So we are open to just continuing to inject more about what's known, more about what archaeologists and other heritage practitioners uncover about the past, and then sort of injecting that in a creative way so that people can then just enjoy it, but still sort of enjoy what is a more sort of faithful view of that. I mean, you think about what Flo was talking about with the sort of horned Viking helmets. That was this visualization of the Viking past. But now, since people have sort of unpacked that with something like Horrible Histories, unpacking that as a fallacy, now people are again interested in Vikings, but we know now they don't have Viking, they don't have horned helmets. So we're using a sort of an image, and by deconstructing it, we're opening it up to further engagement with it.
So, what would you hope comes out of the Heritage Jam? Because archaeologists can come along to this, and presumably designers and everybody who's involved in the archaeological field. So, what do you hope to achieve from this day that you're going to get together and upset other people?
What we really want to do is to bring together people working across a lot of disciplines who may not really think of themselves as working in heritage, and maybe some who do. So we want to bring together people who are actually there, painters, artists, people who are making video games, people who are doing sound design, filmmakers, academics. We want to bring them all together in a way to literally jam them together, give them an idea, and in the sort of jam session sort of paradigm. Let them jam on it, see what they come up together, to have people working together.
BBC Radio York Travel.
Let me just tell you, the Heritage Jam is on the 11th of July. To find out more, go to heritagejam.org. It can be anything to do with heritage. You might be designing games or whatever, painting pictures. Just get along there. Okay.